Hello and welcome to today's Talk of the Town. I'm Sandy Benson. Concern, compassion, commitment. There is truly no better way to describe the devotion and energy Dr. Wayne Johnson and his staff bring to each and every patient visit. Today, Dr. Wayne Johnson explains how exhausted our society has become because of stress and how his practice can help. Dr. Wayne Johnson, I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, anxiety, stress, it's a big deal.
I wonder why America is so distracted, right? We're distracted from this moment of life that we can enjoy, and we expend so much energy trying to figure out what comes next that we are just exhausting ourselves. That stress, that anxiety is really a lack of emotional confidence in our ability to make decisions. And when we lack that, we burn up our emotional capacity, our emotional energy, really, I call that. So, you know, you invest energy into three things: physical challenges, emotional challenges, and spiritual challenge. We're certainly not doing a good job taking care of our physical.
Right.
I don't think we're doing that good a job taking care of our spiritual either, and I think it's because there's this emotional drain that people need to understand. So,
obviously it's a huge problem, and but who's affected most by this?
Well, I do think everybody's affected. What I've realized in practice is that after the age of 30, it's fairly difficult to penetrate someone's, what I call their emotional house of cards, how they've constructed their life, how they like their coffee table to look at home, how they like to go out to dinner at certain types of restaurants. And when they welcome other people into that world, into that house of cards, it might be beautiful from the outside, but it's fragile. No, don't mess with my coffee table. Oh, I don't eat that type of food. And we limit our capacity to find joy in each and every moment by creating those types of anxieties for ourselves. I think that the biggest impetus for me is to deal with adolescents, because I'm seeing a delay in their emotional maturation, so that I think 28's the new 18. When I was 18 years old, I was expected to step out into the real world and handle responsibilities for myself. And what we're seeing is not too many 18-year-olds are capable of doing that.
Right.
And they think they are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's a problem.
That's a big problem.
And it creates unbelievable anxiety for them, because every decision they make, they end up loving themselves less.
Right.
Because they lack confidence and security and motivation and positivity. So when you try to teach them how to treat everybody else, and they haven't earned that love of self yet, they're exhausted. And they do stupid things.
And let me ask you, what would your role be in that?
Really to facilitate helping them understand how to learn how to use their emotional intellect. And I believe your emotional intellect is no different than any other intellectual capacity, just like your physical capacity with sports or athletics, your artistic capacity, your social capacity, mechanical capacity, and your cognitive capacity, all the things that we teach in school. And this is where I'm going with this, is all the things that we teach in school are wonderful things, and they've created wonderful possibilities for us in this world. But all they've done is created wants. And what happens is when you neglect your emotional intellect, your spiritual intellect, and your nurturing intellect, you're not going to find joy in life. And I don't want to see a society of people become narcissists 8 years from now. And I do see this happening. They don't really understand that, you know, they're responsible for how they feel. They don't understand that. You know, they blame other people. It's always someone else's fault. And they really don't feel the appropriate level of remorse when they hurt somebody. And that's scary, Sandy.
That is
that's
scary.
Really scary.
You're right.
And there's a society coming of that right now, unless we talk to them.
Right. And I'm seeing a lot of medicating of these children, and I'm certain that is not the direction you're thinking that we need to be going.
It would be the alternative direction. I also understand, can you believe that we actually have a society that needs to be medicated to deal with their emotions? I mean, it is such a profound gift. Our emotional intellect, understand that we are the only species that can choose how we want to feel next. No other animal can decide how it wants to feel. And I choose to feel good. Right? I can make that choice, and when you have anxiety, you don't realize that. You're distracted.
Yeah. And so how do you plan on sharing this message?
My first attempt is, I've just recently wrote a letter to the new headmaster down at Hilton Head Prep, and I'm going to offer to teach a course for free to the adolescents. I'd like to get freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. And I recognize that I can have I can talk to them. They come and see me and we talk. And I would like to present this to them in probably a 6-course block. If they'll let me. You know, that's what I'm reaching out to do that, because I see it as an unbelievable problem coming. So.
And Wayne, I'm hoping you'll come back and we'll talk more about this because there's so much more to talk about.
I would love to, Sandy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here, and we'll be right back with Talk of the Town.